Sophie Max, be honest with me. What day is it?
I was just rugged from your awful elevator music.
Unbelievable. No, be honest with me. What day of the week is it?
What do you mean?
Tell me the
I'll
truth,
tell you.
guys.
I'll tell you what day of the week it is from my point of view. My point of view is that there is crazy stuff happening with Artifact, and no one is awake or seeing it or talking about it or realizing it. Aside from you guys, of course. But like, where's everyone else? And like, who's putting out this content? And like, why am I not seeing anything about these shoes on my timeline? That's what day it is.
So it feels like it's Friday. So much shit has happened in the last. It's like Thursday right now, right? It feels so much shit has happened in the last however many hours that it feels like just news after news is dropping. Like Artifact creators put out a thread. Rose Jade is in it. We have the shoes. We got the app. We got people getting FedEx shipping notices. It feels like I feel like it's Tuesday, but it doesn't feel like a Tuesday. It might be Wednesday, actually. I don't know anymore. Let me see. Oh, it's Tuesday. Yeah, it's Tuesday. So check this out. Here's the thing: is people are just so jaded by all the shit that happened in the space, and we're like that project that like people don't want to admit is on a higher level, like on another level. So it's easier just to ignore it. So what they do is they just keep it out of the conversation. Like, let's talk about these over here, that are barely delivering, and we won't even talk about the artifacts and the Yugas. It's like they're just in their different lanes. Like Yuga's doing its thing, artifacts in a whole nother lane and world, and then you have everything else doing their own thing as well, is what I've noticed. You know what I mean? And I don't think any of it's intentional. But maybe sometimes. What's up, Kira? What do you think?
A couple things. Could you send Max the link to that website that has like the artifact thorough history stuff on it? I can't remember.
Yeah, dude, I have that link somewhere saved. That's a good one.
Yeah, she needs that. Another thing.
I do need that. Thank you.
Yeah, I got you.
So, step tracking isn't new, but real-time step tracking is new, which is cool. And people do need to know about that because it's interesting. I kind of regret my decision right now not to get CIRLs in my size.
Yeah, bro, you sold them. We got it. You keep telling us you made $100,000 on one pair.
I wish
Some
I
crazy
did.
shit. Yeah.
That would have been
But
epic.
guess what, bro? We're gonna be out here stepping, and you're showing up in Panda Dunks to the function. So we got it.
Go ahead, hold that L, baby.
Kiro, I'll give you a pair, bro, if you trade me your Ramoa bag. I got you.
I'm trying to buy more Ramoa bags on secondary, bro. That was the one side quest I wish I had taken more seriously. I have the one bag locked up right now. I have another one that's on its way. I'm just looking for more of them at this point. You can never have enough Ramoa bags.
Yo, why did Maximoni stun on us so hard like that with this post he just put out? I'm sick.
I'm trying to see
Yo,
it, bro.
listen, man.
I'm
Life ain't
sick.
fair, bro. I don't know what to tell you, but there's levels to this shit. I don't know what level he's on because I can't see him. He's too high up there.
He's on the next level. My man renamed the shoes whatever he wanted to. Them Space Johns. Showing the connection. He's showing how the app work. Damn.
Wait, hold on. The Stone Jones, Dwayne the Stone Johnson, Darkness.
Darkness. I'm sorry.
What is Siberia? Them space giants.
Them space Jones.
Hey, dude.
Yo,
That
how
is pretty
far?
dope, dude. That's
Wait. Though, with every other adapt, you didn't have the ability to switch over through. So think about this. Like, let's go down this rabbit hole because it means something. Being able to switch in between the shoes that you're wearing to be able to harness what the energy that you need. Like, come on, man. This all of this stuff means something.
bro. I think it's dope that it's all sitting right there in his app, and he could just select whichever one he has in like ready to rock.
This is crazy. This is next level shit for real, man. Yeah, I think you're right, Carol. Usually you're right about the things that you speak about when you come in here and you make these points. You were right about a lot of stuff that you say, man. You know, it comes from the Curo way, but it hits the target. So you're right, man. You should have kept one, at least one in your size.
Bro, I knew
You're right.
better, but like I'm so greedy. When I gotta go see some counseling for like my aggression towards like monetary gains. Like I gotta go see somebody about it. It's getting to be too much. I'm starting to like enjoy collecting less, which sucks, bro. But I feel like that's because I was over levered at the time. So that's why I'm always just like, this is a side quest, selling it. I'm getting into another side quest I like more. But I gotta think more long term vision now. It's like accumulation type vibes over here right now. So
Think about all of the things that people have passed up in the artifact ecosystem in the past and how they can come to play in the future. And it's gonna be a lot of people who's saying the same thing. Damn, I should have went after that. Damn, I should have kept this. Damn, I shouldn't have sold my clone. Damn, I should have bought that helmet. Damn, because it's gonna come out. You know what I mean? It's part of the play. But that's what I've always said about Artifact. The way they deliver, it's always from a place where it's like, yo, don't do that too soon. Especially if you don't know anything about it, you just don't throw it away. It means something. It always means something. But people get hurt and they make emotional decisions, and I totally understand and respect that. But just gotta hold it when it happens. When the shit hits the fan, you gotta hold
You
it.
also have to pick and choose your battles with this too, because of like being a luxury brand and being like the entry cost point of a lot of these things that we're going to be forging in the future. It's like you really have to like pick and choose which ones you're going to be a part of, because we always talk about the sneakers and everything like that, but people do like look over the Ramoa bag that they did a collaboration with, and it's going to be interesting to think like over like this long like years and this like spans of period, it's like how much product like we're going to be like privy to, and like how much we're going to be able to like get, and it's like which things are you really going to pick up, because again, even with these crypto kick IRLs, a lot of the reason why people didn't pick them up because they weren't inherent sneakerheads, and so they didn't really see the quote unquote value in them at the time. And then now we're seeing kind of like use cases for them, and then like seeing the earn potential. But at the time, like a lot of people were like, I'm just not a sneakerhead. I don't see the true value of like me purchasing these at this time for this stuff. But then there was a bunch of people that bought the Ramoa bags, and even me, I looked at that and I was like, justifiably with the cost, for me, do I need it? Yes, I travel a lot, but like, no, I'm probably going to save it for a future forging event down the road where, maybe I want something more, and then all of a sudden you don't have the capital to be able to like partake in the full like event or whatnot. So just know that we're only getting started. I think that's a big thing to just take into consideration, and do always take into consideration this is a luxury brand. So like the costing of these forging events is going to be like a quote unquote luxury price, most likely the majority of the time. Right. So that's just a thing to always just like keep in consideration in the back of the mind.
You made some great points right there, Johnny. You said something earlier on Fawn Space as well. You said, I got into this for the sneakers, for the sneaker aspect of it. And it made me think as I was walking out the gym, like, I didn't even get into this for the sneaker aspect. I've been a collector, connoisseur for my entire life. And when I got into this project, I had no idea it was going to have sneakers really being attached to it, especially Nike. But what it's unveiled to be throughout this journey has made me even more bullish about what they're doing, right? And like you just said, there's certain collaborations where people got away and I'm like, maybe this one, or I'm gonna wait for the next one. But to me, the way that they move, I knew about Rimowa before, but I wasn't really interested in buying one. I wasn't interested in paying that much money to get any suitcase. But the fact that they can be a part of it and gamify it and tokenize it, it's like, oh yeah, this is a play. I need to figure out how to make this happen because to me it makes sense. Their track record has always been finding some type of way to gamify or tokenize any and all, almost all of the whatever they've been a part of. So it's like, yo, this is going to make sense. They got the world merging chip in a suitcase. Something's going to happen here. Let me be a part of this. You know what I mean? And like you said, it's going to be more luxury goods that come out in the future. This is only the beginning. So this is just something we can keep in mind. And as we move forward, understand, yo, maybe I shouldn't pass up on this. Maybe I should get these in my size. You know what I mean? Rose J, what's crack-a-lackin'?
Well, you all know that I'm not a sneakerhead, and so my first purchase were the Air Force Ones, and I contemplated the CIRLs, and still tormented by the fact that I didn't buy because growing up in the Back to the Future generation, I should have just got one for my brother, like as a gift. I would have been so happy just to know that I had one in possession, and then could give it to him, but he didn't. He said no. He's like, nope, all good. Save your ammo for the next. So I'm like, that's cool. But yeah, I've been very disciplined about not buying because I promised myself I would buy more when I knew more. So hands are still in my pockets, tucked away to kind of save and see for what resonates with me. But I have to say the community makes me FOMO and want to participate and join in on the fun because that's the best part of it. I think it's just fun.
That's a big fact. That's one thing that I look to push too is more information. And Compound says this all the time. If you just throw a space and have people come up and give you more information about things that you don't really know about, that's how you learn. But that's why I was doing the sneaker soapbox situation because I know a lot of people who jumped into this weren't necessarily acclimated to the sneaker culture or the sneaker ecosystem. So that's why I was like, yo, this is why this is important. This is why this is something maybe you should pay attention to because it's going to come out in the wash to be a huge attribute to our entire ecosystem as long as you join in. And the same thing has happened throughout time, just being here, listening to you guys speak. It's a lot of the things that you guys talk about, especially Compound talking about DeFi Summit and all of that stuff like that. I wasn't really necessarily into it, but speaking to someone who was, they can give me a better understanding from the knowledge they picked up, and that's just sharing the wisdom. So that's also one of the best things about being here with y'all every single day, just being able to learn from the people and their different perspectives, adding to the collective. Like my man Ellen. Ellen was good, man.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, thanks, brother. I have been listening just for a little bit. And yeah, man, a couple of things really stuck out to me, Dre, and what you were saying earlier. And, basically that is kind of proof positive that, if you ride that vibe and you put that good energy out, like you find your place. Like the fact that you didn't even know, CloneX was going to be, this sort of monolith in the space and acquired by Nike and be putting out sneakers like when you got in, but that's been something that you've been into for like a super long time, and obviously you consider yourself kind of a connoisseur. It's crazy to me, like it's and that obviously dovetails into what you're saying about sharing wisdom. And I think that that's such an important aspect of this network architecture that we find ourselves in, this Web3 thing, and that sort of hive mind where we all get together and share our experience, because each and every one of us has a very unique human experience that they've been living their entire lives, and that allows them to bring to bear on so many things, something that hasn't been in your personal path. And so, yeah, man, I'm with you on that 100%. I love, sharing wisdom. I personally was not, a big sneaker connoisseur or even sneaker head. whenever I got into Artifact, like I appreciated it. I appreciated the culture behind it, but I just wasn't like into it. But I do. I mean, I loved always having fucking dope sneakers, but I never really like embedded myself in the culture or anything other than just trying to pick up dope kicks. And what I think is dope isn't always what other motherfuckers think is dope, and that's okay. But to be able to like pick your brain about that and to be on this like this journey and having this experience together um, has been really enlightening to me in so many respects. And so yeah, that's I echo that sentiment for sure about being this sort of group of people being having that magnetic pull and really appreciating that for what it is.
Likewise, man. I really do appreciate that more than I think I say it, to be honest. And whenever I think about it, I look to speak about it even more and put just more light on to that subject, because that's the exact reason why I got into the project, was the community that I knew that Artifact created and how integrated they were into the community. I knew it was solid. And I never would imagine it would have ended up something like this, but that's the initial draw, the magnetism that pulled me in was like, yo, they have a great community and they really in it and they love what they do. So I'm here. Let's do it. And that's been the driving force to even keep me coming back every single day, is the community. Like, everything else is just icing on the cake. The fact that they have this type of division that focuses on streetwear and sneakers is mind blowing to me, but it's just the icing on the cake. It's just the cherry on the top. And where I see them going, this is why I spoke to Zap about this during that sneaker soapbox, because I wanted to ask him directly, where do you see this going outside of where it is right now? And that's why I threw up those specific topics. Like, I really do see them integrating into the entertainment world, right? Really see them, because it just makes sense. All of these things are tied together, hand in hand. Entertainment, music, fashion is all under the same umbrella. So why wouldn't they dive into that? And remember, Sneaker Soapbox questions came before we even found out about the CAA situation. So if you follow the breadcrumbs, again, it puts you in a different mind frame to understand what they're aiming at. So it's amazing what will happen when you dive into something just fully because you believe in it and you enjoy it, like it's a true passion. It's amazing what it can create. And all of this stuff has been created strictly from that. Like, we here for because of that. It's crazy. Shadow, what's up, man? Oh yeah, oh yeah.
That's
Dang,
sick.
it's so hard to get back to Twitter when you're on a totally different app. No, man, I made some moves today, man. We going all in on dunks and vows, man, for this foreseeable future. Um,
Yo, can you stop pumping them,
Yeah,
bro?
hey,
he just
well,
bought
yeah,
him,
I'm
bro.
already
Look at it.
done.
Bro,
Yeah,
you buy them and then you
yeah, I'm
pump
already
them. That's
done,
not the
bro.
way that we
So
do things
who
here.
y'all can thank whoever
You
that
know?
guy is that has like 7 freaking 13 bids that will keep overbidding you or whatever, bro. Forget that dude. Anyways, I'm not actually done. I'm actually gonna pick up some more. They're gonna forget again, bro. We got a whole nother week before things really
Bro,
start going.
but if you keep pumping them right beforehand, you're just causing yourself more financial strife and problems here, man.
Shadow said, I
Not
secured
to
my
mention
bag. Now let
the
me
rent
tell
shit.
you what is so bullish about the
Yeah,
bag that I just
yeah.
secured.
Actually, thank you for reminding me. Let me get back on course here. Yeah, the dunks. If all of this stuff is making you like, dang, I missed out, like what I've been going through, just go even harder on the dunks, man. That's all I'm gonna say. 'Cause if people are
Bro,
smart, if people are smart, secondary is gonna be hella fucking crazy to get these shoes. But you still got a third chance out there. So be wise, not financial advice. Do what you need to do.
bro, you just gave financial advice from the moment you
Well,
started
I'm not
talking
doc
about you need to
shit,
stop.
so come at me, lawyers. I'm ready.
Bro, you pay for Twitter Blue, you're already doxxed, bro.
Hey,
Like,
Elon not gonna snitch on me, man.
yeah, he
We
will.
buddies, bro.
Bro, are you kidding me? He'll be the first. Bro, he's over leveraged, bro, by $44 billion into the formerly known app X. Okay, he's over leveraged, bro. He's doing whatever they say, bro. Trust me,
Yeah.
bro. The government tells me to wake up at a certain time. I'm up at that certain time, bro. I'm not playing no games, bro. I'm doing whatever they say,
Let me
bro.
can
Because I'm over leveraged in cannabis, bro.
let me
Trust me.
cancel this
The same
Twitter
thing.
Blue real quick.
Kira's so wise.
Kiro knows, bro.
Kiro knows, bro.
Bro, they want my customer records. What email? Do you need them faxed? I will buy a fax machine right now. What do you need from me? I will do anything you say. Just don't repress me more into more financial bondage. Okay, that's how most people feel that are over leveraged in their Web two businesses, right?
But it's
Kiro
not without
knows.
risk. I mean, look, I ain't made out of money, bro. We talking about thousands of dollars here. So I made a choice, man. At my current pace, I can get about 1,000 a month, right? And for some people, that's probably like your lunch, but for me, that's a lot of money. So I'm like, you know what? I, in my heart, honestly don't feel like Animus is going to happen before foraging of the dunks. Now, I can be wrong, but that's how I currently feel. So I would rather stack up on dunks for the next few months and swap over from Animus to Dunks. And then once I get done with that, then just go back into Animus. Because honestly, with the current markets and stuff that's been going on, I feel like now is the perfect time to finish out on your to-do list, not to be dropping a 20K, 40K project. It needs to come eventually, yes, but I rather them just keep cooking on that. Now I know I have skin in the game now, so obviously I would want it to go this way. But I think with SneakerCon and all this other stuff, it's gotten me hype on shoes. So I've had to reallocate my bag, and now I have to once again push my second clone buying back until beginning of next year. So y'all guys keep the clone floor down for me, please. So yeah.
No,
How
actually,
many
clones are gonna
dunks?
pump.
No, I agree with Kiro too. I think they're gonna pump too. But how many dunks did you grab?
Oh, I just grabbed two because I grabbed another angel vial too. I'm gonna be grabbing another demon vial, and then my goal is to have. I'm trying to get to 8 dunks if possible, but I have 4 right now, so I need 4 more.
If you keep pumping them, you're gonna just pay more, bro.
Who is this dude that has this wall up, man? The 0.1301 wall, man. I try to grab a pair too.
No, he ain't go. He's not
Quietly.
gonna let you. Whoever it is,
Like
they're greedy,
shit.
bro. Super greedy. They on blur
You know
too.
what?
Same wallet.
This is what happens every time you talk about him. He just increases that wall.
No, that's
This
a
dude
true.
has it
That's a
automatic.
fact.
I don't even know how he does this. I've done it even at different times. It was like, you know what? Let me try to snag one at night while everybody's sleeping. As soon as you overlist above him, within 15 minutes, he's going to take one of his listings and list it above you or do a zero point 0.1. It don't matter what time of day. I've tried for the last week doing it at different time frames. He continuously does it. So it's like it's either
Well, this is what you
automated
do.
or I don't know.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
bot.
it's a bot. It's
It's a
like
bot, bro.
Shadow just found he found his first bot.
I know.
Like,
Here's what you do: is take your two, right, and put them up for sale, and then put an offer up like really high, and his bot will correct and then accept his offer on one of yours.
Hey man, I don't play with things
Or
I don't understand, so I'm gonna have to do some research on that.
just drive his offers up until you can accept one way higher. Oh no! See where he ends at. Just keep going up until he ends. Stops correcting.
Hey, isn't that what that one dude did with those Zukis? No, no,
Something
somebody
similar.
was like
He
shadow
tricked it
trading
similarly.
him or something like that. Like every time he made a move, some bot was doing the same thing like a few minutes later.
He was betting on a he was bidding on a trait, and the guy he was copy trading had like the majority of that trait. So he tricked the bot into like an extremely high offer on that one trait, and then he dumped into the bot's bid. Yeah, similar. But yeah, you're not gonna beat the bot, bro. I'll tell you that right now.
It's all right. I picked up 2 floors. I mean, look, yeah, I was like, fuck it. I'm just gonna pick up 2 floors and we'll see what happens. Give it a cool down period to see where the price goes. We have until next Saturday though, for real though. So make your plays.
Here, shout out. I'm gonna go ahead and say this. A lot of the times you are speaking about things and you are right on the money, right? But you don't have to talk about it every single time. That's not how things work around here. Like it's called sabotage in this world. Like you can be right on the money, but say it after it happens, right? Like you giving everybody the entire play, and then you wonder why the play don't work. They didn't read the playbook, baby. They already know. They sitting in the
Hey
blitz
man,
free
I'm
safety.
for the community. After I bought my dunks, I'm for the community.
But I mean, it's not
Yeah,
gonna
but that's
happen.
the problem.
Yeah, you gotta
You're
wait.
not
You
for
gotta.
the community. You for
It's
yourself, bro.
levels.
You just said it.
It's levels to this, right? Because everything you said was on point, and we all know this, and we all thinking the same thing. But now the people who didn't know this, they're thinking the same thing as well. Now we're going against the bots and the people that you just informed about the play.
Wait, did he just say I bought my bag first and then I told the community? I'm for the
Yeah.
community.
And then he said he's about the community, bro. You can't say
Hey man, you know how
it's
these
contradictory
influencers be out
statements.
here, bro? They be for the community after they bought their bag, bro. I'm trying to get on that wave. Nah, I'm just playing. But no, it's the if you go in here, bro, it's like it's the true fam in here. There's only like 4 guys I don't know. Everybody else, man, I'm cool with you making a come up. Y'all get y'all bag, bro. I'm gonna stop talking about it though.
There's nothing funnier than watching Shadow do some crazy speculation while Cass is on stage. Cass, so how does this sound? And he just throws out some crazy shit. And Cass is like, bro, I can't answer this. Like, what?
Bro, you guys know they're gonna drop something on the app, and it's gonna be a notification, and everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, how'd you find out about that?" So, bro, it's on the app. So, I don't know what they're gonna do though. It's probably just gonna be a news update. I don't see them like dropping a shock drop or anything like that. But I guess your wallet is connected. I don't know what they're gonna do, bro.
I mean, again, like in Sneakers app, what they've done in the past. I mean, I'm not saying they're going to do this or even doing it anytime soon. But again, on the Sneakers app, just taking one specific example, for instance, like during All Star Weekend, they did the Jerry Lorenzo pair. It was like the Canary pair, right? And you had to be, you got the notification, shoe dropped. You had to be in a very specific location. Anyone who was there, first come, first serve, claimed it, right? And you were able to get that shoe, but you had to be geolocated to that exact spot. All of a sudden, you're in an event or something like this. I mean, again, if California, that would be dope if we even got them. But if you got a notification on your phone, boom, oh, you have to be in this location, claim. It's a possibility. I'm not saying it's going to be anytime soon, but it's definitely a possibility for the future as far as like through their app goes.
Let me find out.
Johnny,
Oh, good.
bro, everybody's got these FedEx pending notifications. You don't think they're gonna be here in 2 weeks, bro? When's this event? Like two
Wait,
weeks, right?
FedEx. Oh God.
Yeah, you didn't open your FedEx app, bro. You got a notification from an Artifact Nike probably sitting in that FedEx app.
He wasn't in the group chat. He didn't see it.
Oh, bro, yeah. Open your FedEx app, put your information
FedEx
in.
app. What's that?
Uh, so an app is this. You can get it at the App Store. It's app's a thing on a phone. It's like it's
No,
short for
What's
applications.
FedEx? What?
Oh, wait. It's like the informed delivery for USPS, but FedEx. So basically, it tells you anything you have coming to your address in your name. It'll show you an advanced kind of view of it.
As soon as they print up the shipping label, it shows up in the system and it informs you on the application that he's speaking about. That a company that ships out a lot of things named FedEx they created.
They're
They
a shipping
utilize it.
company.
They're really
Interesting.
good too. They're
Hey,
really good.
hey man, I'm putting this CIRL or IRL app on my movies do not disturb. So even if I'm at the movies, bro, like this app is getting access to notify me whenever. And there's not even my bank. My bank can't even tell me if someone's taking my money on the movie. Do not disturb, man. So I'm putting Artifact up there with high regards, man.
Well, check this out, Shadow. Let me tell you something. Yeah, I've got a couple pairs of these CIRLs coming, and I'm gonna one up you. I'm gonna set up the app so that any notification from that app tickles my feet with the haptic feedback. Gonna give me a vibrate, so I'm gonna actually beat you
It
to it.
said tickle my feet. Hey, for real, these shortcuts are gonna go crazy with the iPhone, man. You can create a shortcut to where, like, when you charge up your phone, like it just all depends on the interaction between the shoe and the app. But you can have it to where when you charge up your phone, it opens the app and like does something. You can even put the clicks where you want, like, so the easiest way to explain this is, let's say there's a button you can press that makes your shoes power down in the app, right? Well, if you plug up your phone, so like you're putting it on a nightstand or something like that, I can create a shortcut that's like, look, when I plug in my phone, go into this app, click here, and then my shoes turn off at the same time. When you have an app, you can literally create a shortcut and you can walk through videos on how to set up anything, like literally anything that you want your phone to do automatically inside of an app. It's possible through shortcuts and Siri. So instead of plugging it in, you can just say Siri power down, and then it just has a shortcut that it automatically just does. So when Tevi was like, "Yo, I'm gonna open up my car," if your Tesla has an app that opens up the car door, I mean, you can, if you click your shoes or something, like, you can figure it out. But yeah, you just gotta play around with it a lot.
I have smart lights in my house. Well, they're just like switches, and you could set it up so that when it notices that your phone is in the house, it'll turn specific rooms on. I don't have it all set up because I don't want it to be that detailed, but you can really do some shortcuts for some crazy shit.
I have all that stuff too, and I've never utilized its shortcut options.
You're
Like
just
my,
pressing a button still.
I mean, no, what I got my lights set up that they come on right at a certain time, regardless. And then if I'm in the house, they come on with a different color. So I'm living the George Jetson life. Don't play me like that. You know what I'm saying? You know who you're talking to. But at the same time, when it comes to this iPhone situation, I definitely don't utilize the. There we go. I don't utilize the shortcuts like I should, but I definitely am with these damn shoes. I can tell you that because they're gonna open up my Tesla too, Tebby. You ain't the only one, baby.
So
We out
You
here.
got Dre,
Oh,
you got those hue lights.
Yeah, man, you know I got the
There
I
you
got the
go.
setup, the sink, the home
Yeah, there
kit.
you
I
go.
got
Yeah, all that.
oh man, come on, man.
All that.
George Jetson, baby.
oh.
well, I normally use Siri, but you can kind of replace Siri with haptic interactions. So, however many different gestures your shoes are going to have, hopefully in the app there's a way to assign that gesture to an accessibility and then hook it to a shortcut. But we won't actually know until somebody like has the app and we can see like what the interactions are with each other. So use high probability if you got a smart house or something like that, you'll be able to really control things for real.
Are you gonna wear your shoes inside the house? Though?
Damn.
Is that not okay?
Yeah, that is a problem, I guess. Guess you only opening up car doors.
No, but
Damn.
that's pretty cool though. Like you turn on your lights to your living room by clicking your heels 4 times, and you turn on the path as you get out by clicking your heels a few times. You just be. I don't know. I feel like that's kind of a vibe to do it from the outside. You're at the bar. Uh, your Uber Eats delivery is coming. You click your heels a few times. It turns on the porch lamp. They can see the delivery box. They slide that into the delivery box as you get out of the Uber, which you clicked your heel 10 times.
Hey, I mean,
I'm so done, bro. None of y'all are setting any of this up, dude. And I can't believe this.
but it's the thing is though, it's possible. Now, let me ask you a question. Can you only connect your shoes wirelessly to the app, or are you connecting it through Bluetooth to your phone and then it connects to the app? Because I'm
Yeah.
sure it goes through Bluetooth, no?
Unless it has like built-in GSM, I think it's going through Bluetooth, bro.
So if it's
Yeah,
going,
the shoes go through the
so
two.
if it's going,
No, there's no cable that runs up the back of your leg. You gotta wear pants. Cable runs up the back of your leg, and you plug it into the
so if it's
phone.
going through Bluetooth, you can go in accessibility and hopefully, if Artifact put it in there, or they can update it and down the line they can add it in there because you have all the means to do this stuff. You can as like a Bluetooth controller, like if I had an Xbox controller, I can set up shortcuts to where my pressing the Xbox controller controls something on my phone, vice versa. Yeah, I want to actually see this app and shoes connected to it because you guys won't believe what kind of crazy stuff you can do. But all right, we can move on to something else.
It's all fun and games. It's all fun and games, right? Until you're fudding on the timeline, and Artifact decides to lock you up in your shoes. Lace engine ain't working until you cut the FUD or delete the post. Yeah, all fun and games until you start getting punished by not being able to take your shoes off because you're fudding. Like, just think, this is
Hey,
perfect.
rightly so, man. Rightly so. Those guys should be punished.
I can't get my shoes off. Well, yeah. Well, you posted 3 FUD posts this week, and you reach your FUD post limit. So contact us next week. We'll
Have you
loosen
guys
up.
seen anybody on the timeline apologizing or acknowledging the fact that the shipping has been dramatically improved? Like, can we get somebody to say it? Like one of those season one package people, fudders, not the guys that are in here, right? I know that everybody's made amends with the process, but like, my God, like all it takes is one thing, then we pivot, and we're here. We're with FedEx, and I mean, everything's on time, everything's gone, everybody's getting their notifications at the same time. Like what?
Baron,
I just I
I don't
just
think everybody knows about the FedEx ship, Baron. It's just like us.
well, I'm just saying that I'm not holding my breath to wait for it, but I can guarantee you one thing, I'll be pointing it out. Like, man, I ain't seen nobody pivot like this since Reggie Bush.
well, all I'm gonna say, Baron, is
Hey,
they're too busy slowly buying back into the project, so we'll see.
that's a fact. But that's why I put that in the group chat as well, for us to be cognizant of how we approach these next couple of weeks, because that energy is coming. And I know certain people in there who feels this way, right? We got some firecrackers in our ecosystem, bro. Like I feel the same exact way. I got a lot of Twitter fingers that I want to spew out and go after, right? But I'm not, because we are better than this. We are Zen, right? We breathe in. We've been through this already. We understand, and we're better people than that. But I agree with you, Baron. Like I feel like a lot of people do need to, or should. I can't tell somebody what they do, what they need to do, but it should acknowledge that they had previous conversations that weren't so positive in the past, and maybe they can come back and be like, you know what, I was wrong. I shouldn't have. I see what's going on here, whatever. But it takes a lot of mental strength and dexterity in an individual for them to be able to acknowledge that within themselves and then acknowledge that with someone else. So I wouldn't say hold your breath, and we don't need to go after them and attack them because we know what it is, right? Winners win, and the people who win it don't go back and have to point at the losers and tell them they losing. They already know because they see the winners winning. So it's all good.
Like you don't see anybody in the U.S. Open like dunking on the person they just defeated in the match. I haven't seen one athlete do that, so we shouldn't do that. We're
That's a
athletes.
fact.
There will be no building or not building like bodying people on the timeline. Like we don't have time for that. But we're building. We're literally that's why it just keeps coming out of my mouth, building. Just building, 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 building.
Our
It's gonna be a lot of things
partnership
that
You know, some
happen
of
that
us are
that
building up
people
our
don't
anticipation.
understand, man. A lot of things that happen here that people don't necessarily understand. There's a hierarchy to everything, and it's within that process. It might go against what somebody can totally digest within themselves. Like, take for instance, Compound posted me on the bike at the top, right? People might not be able to understand that culture, right? But those who do, they do. And they understand the health benefits and everything else that goes along with it, right? And they rock with it. But the ones who don't, they got something to say. They always gonna have something to say.
A
But at the
wise
end of,
man once said, "Trust the process."
yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's not about it. If you don't get it, you don't get it. That's fine. Leave it to the people who do.
Yeah, I mean, look, I first of all, I just feel weird, even remotely going after people just because I am just like, you know what? I know Artifact's going to be able to show them better than I can rebuttal back to them. But only the people that are like, look, man, you got to understand this is how it is because you don't know this project. But if it's like too intense for some of the crazies, I just let it go. But I have learned the hard way. But it was a good lesson for me to learn that in these situations, when you do get the people that come back or whatever, um, really, I mean, as much as it sucks to say, I'm just speaking from personal experience. It just goes a lot easier if you just don't say nothing. Because what you just said, Dre Millie, what always happens is they know what they did, they know what they said, they know who they maybe got into engagements with or on the Twitter feeds months and months ago. They come back, hey, what's up, man? Cool. After a while, what have normally ends up coming up is, yeah, man, I was just really frustrated back then, man. I'm just glad that things are, a lot better. 9 times out of 10, that is always what happened. I learned that the hard way because I used to be like, hey, oh, now you back, da da da, and I've learned that that's not tasteful and that's, it's unneeded. Rather or not the person actually does it, they'll come back as long as Artifact is, showing off all their hard work, which is what they're doing. So, um,
It's crazy. It's only been 2 years, right? It's like, imagine what the conversation is over 5, 10, 15, 20 years as the company, as these clones build out their extreme storylines and like all the things that branch off to this, man. It's just so funny. It's like we just talk. It's like so short term in my mind in a way. It's like how it seems like a long time, but then when you break it down, it's like short term in the retrospect of like how long we're going to be here. And no matter what, you're never going to escape the haters. You're never going to escape the shit talkers. It's like, I always go back to this in the sneaker industry, man, just being in this space and, 80% of sneakerheads talk shit about these brands, right? But yet they are the hardened collectors of this stuff, right? A lot of it they don't understand, or a lot of the stuff they don't like about it, but they roll with it anyways. It's like, I don't know. The diehards always stay, right? The diehards run it. Crazy, but it's gonna be a long journey. You're gonna get haters along the way, but the hardcore people are gonna stay. We're here. Let's go.
The best was when I went to Yankee Kicks, I was hanging out with Johnny, and then I went back there like 6 months later, and the dude Lionel that works there remembered me just because he fucking knew. He's like, dude, you're that guy, and I had an Artifact shirt on, but he's like, you're the guy that was here with Johnny, like, and your kids like 6 months ago. I'm like, bro, how do you fucking remember that? He's like, what do you mean? What they're doing is so dope. So that's what I love, man. Like these connections that are just being created and we don't even know it yet. And I remember his name now too because he remembered me. So some dope stuff. It's some good customer service too.
I mean, the relationships that we build, right, Baron? It's like how I met you a while ago, right? It's like we met through this, right? Dre, I met you last year through this. Compound, I met you last year through this. Kira, I'm going to meet you, next week. A lot of you guys who are going to be in LA, I'll meet you guys next week, and that'll be the first time of many interactions. I think that's what's so cool is like I'm building like lifelong like relationships and friendships with the people that are in here, and it's literally just organic. It's just we are finding things in common, and we align ourselves with the right things. and the things we enjoy. So I think that's one of the most powerful things about this community, and just like the space in general, is like you're actually building like organic, like lifelong relationships. So I, like Baron always says, appreciate everyone in here.
Yeah, man. I mean, I couldn't agree more, and I think it's part and parcel of what drives, the good-hearted in this space, and that is whenever they do find that, that genuine human connection, they value it like it's valuable to them. It's more valuable in good-hearted folks than money. You know what I mean? And it's crazy because this space is so fucking saturated with greed, and it's like once you are able to find like that genuine human connection, um it it's crazy that so many people are here and have this like lined up. All they have to do is plug in and they'll get it, but they don't because they have this motivation that's driving them, and it will never be enough, and it's insatiable. Greed is insatiable, like there's never enough. And to think like the crazy thing is when we sit in spaces like this and have fun and chuckle and we're fulfilled, right? We're fulfilled even though we're not in each other's presence like yet. We know that we will be, like Johnny was saying, like you have met some of these people, you will meet a lot more. um, and being in one's presence is way different than being able to shoot the shit in here. It definitely solidifies the connection, but it also amplifies it in a kind of a crazy way, especially if you're all together, like if you're together with like more than a few or like a handful, or even at an event like an IRL event where you're amongst your whole crew. It's super special, and you feel it, like you really feel it deep down. And if you just take a moment and take a beat and realize and be grateful for that human connection that you made however many months or years ago, that led to that moment in time. It's crazy, man. It's really crazy, and it's like I said a minute ago, it's really fulfilling. And insofar as it's fulfilling, it's fulfilling that human need of human connection. It's long term, it's sticky, it's just it's sustainable, it has legs, and like like Johnny said again, it's like we'll be here, you know what I mean, we're here for the long term. And it's because we felt that we're emotionally connected to this crew, and we love it, right? We love it.
Y'all are cooking. I appreciate this whole community, man. I actually here through the bear because of y'all. I fuck with obviously everything in this space and the sneakers and the NFTs, but it's actually the people that are the dopest part about all this. So I appreciate you all. Who's the 9.5 in here? Because eBay, somebody's selling a blackout pair on eBay right now. And if I mention it in here, it's probably going to get sniped. But somebody's already got a pair of blackouts up for sale. 9.5.
They
Sheesh.
got them in hand.
They're on eBay. I don't have them in hand.
What's the smallest size listed besides Baron's gate kept pair?
The smallest size.
3.5 and a 5.5. 3.5 and a 5.5, I think.
Whoever has a 3.5, bruh.
I do.
Oh my jeez.
What is a size 3.5? Is that like a kit?
Bro, that's like yeah. It's like a
Like Anya?
yeah. I'm about to say a 9-year-old, and you said Anya, but Anya, you heard him. I didn't say it, so
No, she said she wore like around there.
It's only size on.
ain't got nothing to do with me, brother. Don't put that on me. Yeah, but no, it's gonna be a very rare size. That's what I meant to say. It's gonna be very rare to have that small of a size. That's crazy.
Yo, 850. Okay.
Yo, are you with 9.5?
Wait.
No, you're Oh,
No,
I could have
I'm not
sworn someone.
9.5, but
It's a 14.5, right?
yeah, I'm just like,
Oh, you could squeeze into these, bro. You got
no, but
this.
I'm thinking to myself like, I didn't think you guys were gonna be dropping them this low. I might have to change plans once again.
It's
Yeah.
going to be some people out there who have no idea what's going on. Like we just said, they weren't part of anything that had to do with sneaker culture before they got into this project, so they don't necessarily even know the magnitude that these things carry. So it's going to be a lot of people firing them off. So if you quick enough with the gun, you know what I mean?
Keep your eyes peeled. That's what I was saying.
All right, well, every day we checking eBay now. Hmm.
14 and a half, though? I don't know, man.
Like I said, it was
There's
interesting. I went on Goat. Goat is like one of the bigger resale apps, and all four colorways with the official images are actually loaded on Goat to be able to be officially resold and listed on Goat. So it's kind of like StockX counterpart in a way.
Did you say go? What'd you say?
Goat, like the animal, GOAT. It's a actual secondary trading platform for sneakers that's actually partnered up with Foot Locker. Foot Locker invested in like $100 million into them about a year and a half, 2 years ago, and which is pretty interesting. The partnership since they resell sneakers. But yeah, it's a platform. So if you actually go on and download their app, they do quite a volume of resale sneakers per day. So
what's the app, Johnny?
Goat, GOAT, Goat.
But can I ask a question about using these like third party reselling stuff? Because I'm coming from both ends here. One as a sneaker collector my whole life, and two as a NFT degen. Like, you're not going to get the NFT by buying stuff off eBay, no? Or are you guys just trusting the seller?
I
Because
got in an argument with
any
a
work
guy
I've done,
today.
well,
He's like,
yeah,
"Oh
like
no,
a
the
physical brand,
verification's in the
physical
pants."
market.
I'm like, dude, no, I want the token, my guy. Like, where do you have the other piece? He's like, they're in the pants, man. I'm like, I have 40 artifact items. I know exactly what is in the pants, what's not in the pants. And then he shut me down. I haven't heard from him since. I don't know. Maybe my tone got to him or something. But yeah, they're not selling them as pairs, but a proper seller like Baron will sell the digital with it. But yeah, I mean, that's the alpha, is to sell if you're going to sell these things, sell the physical without it if they don't ask. And then you got the digitals are going to be worth a fortune.
Yep.
Eh,
Because it's going to be situations like this where people have the physical that they bought from a secondary supplier and they looking for the digital.
Yeah,
And Gold is a reputable platform as well. Like, I think it's better than StockX, to be honest. They cut from the same vein, but I think it's better than StockX because you get, as a seller, you get better pricing with their app. That's who I sold my ducks over feathers through.
Well,
yeah.
they're more
So
likely to turn. They're more likely to turn fakes away. Like their fake
yeah,
turnaround
yeah.
is like they turn away like quite a bit of fakes. So they're a lot more close eyed when it comes to that.
Aren't they owned by Flight Club?
No, like I said, they got like $100+ million investment from Foot Locker, like incorporated not too long ago. So
Yeah. Follow those breadcrumbs. How you gonna have a retail shoe store that's investing in a secondary app?
and tell me the industry isn't a little rigged.
That's bananas,
Yeah.
bro. That's banana nut
Every
bread.
time,
No, I mean, look at they have to have a digital plan, right? I mean, I think Foot Locker's been getting just crushed by Nike when Nike started going direct to consumer, and I mean, like quarter over quarter, man, Foot Locker are just taking it because they have a bunch of fucking inventory that nobody wants, and they are no longer like selling the Nikes that people want. So they had to do something. I mean, I find it super interesting as well. But I also think that for like they have to have a corporate strategy that takes digital into account, and that's more than just like we're going to sell the shoes like that we have in stock to consumers. It has to be tech driven. And I think that an investment in like Goat can allow, I mean, because Goat has the they have the IP, they have the name, they have what people recognize as a discerning group of individuals that are going through shoes to ensure that they aren't slanging a bunch of fakes. So they've differentiated their product in the market that way because we all know StockX sells fucking tons of fakes and is unashamedly doing so. I think it makes a lot of sense for Foot Locker because they're going to have omni-channel, and they're going to have differentiating sources of income that are tech forward and tech heavy. I would expect GOAT to evolve into the digital sneaker realm once Nike proves that it's lucrative, and I'm sure they will. I think we all think they will. But they're not going to be the only player. So yeah, I mean, I think that as far as the long-term strategic play, it makes sense for Foot Locker, to diversify their business offerings in that way. I would expect them to once, the risk in the marketplace has been duly assessed and is within the parameters that they've set out, that they'll do a full acquisition or takeover or whatever. And start integrating those the future into GOAT as well, and that's like NFC chips and all of those things. So yeah, man, it's it's fucking interesting times, and it's crazy. It's fucking crazy to be on the bleeding edge of this, like for Artifact to be Nike Skunkworks, that we've sort of been talking about for a long time, and for this shit to be happening like right fucking now. Like the CRLs are about to be in hand. They're like Artifact is about to descend on SneakerCon. They're about to fucking blow everyone's mind with what is already in hand. Obviously, the army of Artifact people that are going to be there, rocking everything from Murakami drip to Alien Reptile, like all the drip, is going to be on the floor at SneakerCon, and they're going to have these crazy brand new shoes, and they're going to have, showing not just like a legacy product that is going to blow people's minds anyway, because they're bringing so many new materials to the shoe in the Air Force One, having that legacy be in front of everyone's mind, so they can be like, "Oh, I'm familiar with that. Like I know what a fucking custom looking pair of AF1s are." And like Johnny said, you got to be like, "Those aren't customs, man. Those those are not customs. They are small batch." But they're not one-on-ones, and that will be like how, where did I miss the boat on not being able to fucking snag a pair of those? And then they're like, oh yeah, by the way, we got crypto dunks too. Just gonna fucking blow people's minds. I can't wait.
Bro, set up some shortcuts.
Bro, did Ilan call it Nike Skunkworks? Because I get the reference and I like it, bro. Is that what you said?
Fucking couldn't come off mute. Yeah, dude, that's what I said. I mean, I've said that a few times in here. I think
I know,
in
bro.
bad take, but
I like it. Nobody's getting the reference, but I get it. I was like, damn, dude. Lockheed Martin has a division that does nothing but like innovation and make crazy shit, and I think that's what he's referencing.
Yeah. I mean, it was sort of a Silicon Valley thing. Lockheed had it. What was it? It was one of Jobs's companies had it. Like either it was Pixar or Apple. I can't remember, but yeah, dude. I mean, it's a perfect reference insofar as it's a division of Nike, but it is. I mean, it's like so tech heavy. It's so far in sort of the future, and you never fucking know what the future will bring. But I mean, there are those innovators out there that have seen it. And I think that's why we sort of gravitate to this project, because we do believe that the founders of this company see it.
I had a conversation with someone today in the DMs, and it was a pretty good conversation regarding the outlook that Nike realized that it was just, kind of doing the same thing it's done for X amount of decades and actually needed some innovation, right? You can just be a sneaker company and clothing, but with everything kind of moving into a more tech-based kind of world, like seeing Artifact and what they're doing and bringing them on board by acquiring them catapults you, ahead of the competition right away when it comes to bringing tech into sneakers and shoes. I think that picking up Artifact was more a strategic move for Nike's survival into the future rather than the other way
Dude,
around, in my
they were
opinion.
planning it all along. This is what was so crazy, right? Like it just worked out perfectly, like within the like lifespan of both of these companies, where it was like Nike was already had it patented, they already had it IP, they were already planning on doing it, but Artifact basically had a use case, and they basically had it perfectly set up within Web3, within the blockchain, within the direct to consumer, all of this stuff, and then it just merged like perfectly to basically propel Nike. What you just said catapulted them basically 5 years, probably faster than they were ever going to plan on doing it, because they were going to have to actually, if Artifact never came around, they would have had to onboard it so incredibly slowly. Like you see how slow Dot Swoosh is doing it, right? So it's like this, the fact that like Artifact basically had a proven method, and they basically had onboarded a bunch of people, and now that we're basically been the use cases for 2 years. Nike was already planning on doing it, but it just propelled it probably 5 years faster than it was ever planning on doing it. But they were planning on getting here eventually.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it proves something. This sort of glaring example of the fact that legacy companies, corporations, especially those that like Nike, that have been. I mean, like they were on that IP push, right? Initially, they were like, we have swoosh, we have this swoosh on our shoe, like that's our shit, that's our brand. We got to push that out in the marketplace. And then, when the sort of the latter days of the internet, when technology became a necessary component in any business that was going to survive, like they started moving toward more of that. I mean, you heard them talk about wanting to be a tech company. We've heard sort of their forays into it. It was always like with a partnership, usually with Nike, with the Nike Plus, the fobs that they put in their shoes, like we were talking about earlier. And that, yeah, like Johnny said, they saw a company that would enable them to fucking leapfrog, so much trial and error and everything that goes along with, a foray into tech. And they fucking sniped it, and it, made all the sense in the world. And I think
Even
that,
with even sorry, Ellen, even I'm gonna cut you off. Like even with the use case of them using Nike's base model, right, to show the success, right? It was like, I mean, with the obviously before the acquisition, the silhouette that they were using, and what they did with Faywo and Jeff Staples is like to prove their model, right, on basically a silhouette that is very similar to theirs, where it was like, oh, okay, well, this was obviously a success, proven model. Boom, let's get on the phone.
It's amazing to think about it. If you think about it from a different perspective of like Chris Benoit Zapp, they went out on a limb and put everything they had, and like they said, they pivoted a couple times into creating their own vision, and look how it coincided with a major conglomerate's vision on the future, and everything happened in divine timing. So the lesson that I see here, on top of everything else that you just said, Johnny, everything that you're talking about, Ellen, which is absolutely correct, is you have to be able to bet on yourself and execute on that level, even if no one else can see it. Even if the things that you're speaking about to the people that you care about say, like, what the fuck are you talking about? Digital sneakers for what? And look what happened. You know what I mean? Like, all of this is amazing when you step back and look at it. And that's why it drives me to continuously be here, because in the present moment, it's amazing. Imagine how it's going to be in the future when everything else catches up.
This is what's so crazy with me. It's like from 2017, Zap saying, yo, dude, we want to create these digital physical sneakers, right? And then he was posting on his Instagram like these images and these videos and going viral, right? I mean, this is what's so crazy. It's like just seeing it from way back then, like what you said, speaking into existence and being like unrelenting in the vision. And like literally when no one understood him for like 5, 6, 7 years, he finally found a couple guys that were crazy enough to see the vision. And then now they're here and we're all here doing, I mean, it's just insane. Like to see how,
I wanna say hi to a few people before we let Shadow cook. Rose Jade's been up here a while. We haven't said hi. Rose Jade, what's up?
Hello. I've been here just listening. I think you had asked us what day of the week it was. To start. No, it's just been wonderful. Just to listen in, and I think just the excitement and build up to the, is it Anaheim? I can't get it right. Anaheim event. It's going to be
Anaheim.
amazing.
No, Anaheim.
Anaheim. I
What
need to write it out phonetically.
I can't get it either.
We're searching for your size and shoes, so if you let us know what you're looking for, we'll keep an eye on eBay.
Okay.
I know there's a few people. Shadow's 14.5. Like, good luck, but you're gonna have to borrow Dre's. But Rose will help you out.
Thanks. Although I do want to hop into Discord for some outfit or drip help for the event. It should be fun.
Yeah, I was on eBay looking for some of that too. There's a good deal on some Genesis shirts, but everything else is crazy priced, at least for me, right? I guess we'll put it into perspective on everything else, but I would hop into Discord for sure. Anya, Angel Gang, what's up? Coming to back me up. Got demons up here. Got demons in my head.
Yeah, you've been outnumbered for too long. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Anya. I think Alan is hot mic'd.
Oh, dude, did y'all hear that shit?
Yeah, bro.
What'd I say?
You said, damn.
Sound like you was finessing something, bro.
Yeah, dude, I'm writing that's fucking
No,
hilarious.
that's not talking to his kids.
I'm writing a second chapter of fast fiction for these blue motherfuckers.
You gotta go somewhere else right now. Like, come up with
Everybody hot mic. We all gonna talk to our people in the background. Hey kids, come over here. Let me hot mic.
I love that shit. Sorry about that.
Okay, what were you saying, Anya?
I love Anya so much. I'm sorry, Anya.
That's okay. I love you guys too. No, I'm hot micing with my laundry room sounds, so I apologize. I'm working, doing my other job. But no, I was just coming up because I've been insanely slammed and haven't really. I feel like it's been like a minute since I've been up here. So anyway, I'm always up here listening, but never really contributing. So had to come in, represent for some of the angels. Can't let Comp do it alone. And I see that thumbs down, Debbie. Stop it. But no, I just I need you guys to stop doxing my shoe size. I'm sick of it. I won't take it. Please stop telling people that I'm 3.5 shoe size. I really need you to stop doing that. Otherwise, I'm never going to get any shoes ever because they're going to be like, I got to hold these. Anya's got these and they're worth something. I'll never, ever get stuff. So please stop telling people what my shoe size is. I beg you. But anyway.
3.5 is so small, bro. You remember when in the 90s when people would put like their babies' shoes in the mirror? Like, that was a black culture thing. I don't know if everybody did it, but that's like a 3.5. Like you can hang it on your rear view mirror in the car and have it dangling around as you blasting your music.
I'm gonna forge some dunks in 3.5 and just wait. Like those undeads. Yep. I'm sure. And I'm probably gonna get an angel vol too. 3.5. And just wait. 3 years from now, Anya's gonna want him.
Yo, Tevi, you know who buys 3.5 size shoe 3.5? People that don't have a budget. Okay, they're buying them for their kids. No adult is a 3.5. So yeah, that's why I got them. Super small for the person that wants them, for the family.
So you got like a full size run, like legit.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
Yeah, Baron, you're gonna probably have to bring some of those to the store, and
Yeah, that's where they're going, baby.
Yo,
To get some of those in that store, man.
Hey,
Baron.
hey, October 1st, man, New York.
Baron started a business that's called Rent a Drip. I'll be renting drip from him all weekend because I ain't got none of my own. Yeah, support local clone businesses.
that's
Rent a
funny.
Drip.
Hey, yo, I got a question for Johnny though, real quick, man. So I got this friend Babito. He's big into the sneaker game. I don't know if you know him or not. But yeah, me and him were talking a while back, and we were talking about how, like in the FAQ, it talks about ownership, and how like every time you connect the NFT to the shoe, and I know we were talking about this a while ago, but in your opinion, I would think even though sneakerheads are mostly going to be interested in the physical shoe itself, I mean, one can imagine that if you have the NFT and the shoe and it has never been opened and never been connected, like the NFT has never even been connected, so that way they can actually have that full ownership experience where they get to put their name in the shoe first and all that good stuff. I mean, that would go for way more than just a shoe that, you know, or maybe they don't have the NFT, or maybe obviously, all that other good stuff. What's your opinion on all that? Because this is a whole different medium.
I think it's psychological. I think in the future, when the actual digital use cases actually make sense, because even me, I'm looking at Artifact as like a future play in a way where it's like I'm just letting the builders build and trusting in the fact that it's like they're going to actually make these digital assets worth something, right? And so for right now, I'm making them valuable for myself by like using them. But it's like, again, a lot of the people and the sneakerheads that we've been trying to educate over the last few years, they just care about the physical, right? um we us ourselves, like, we care about the digital to like connect it for authentication, to collect it for the digital aspect, for the 3D files, to be able to use it on our clones, to have multiple use cases, to maybe potentially put them into video games, to earn digitally. They're quote unquote, most of them are just completely uneducated or even have no thought of that because it's not here yet. And so for this, it's like, again, I always say long-term play. Yes, it's if you don't connect them and you have the digital, you have the physical, and then you hold this out for like a long enough period of time where it's like the masses that care about sneakers, that care about like when Artifact's fan base ultimately grows to 100 times larger than it is now. Obviously, the assets that we have, we're holding, are gonna have more value, right? But this is where it's just an interesting case where it's like I think the people here that are in the space that understand, that kind of see the vision of Artifact, they care. But until they really see use case for them, I really don't see that adding a whole lot of quote unquote value in like the Web 2 world right now. But long term, yes, for sure.
All right,
Agreed.
cool. Yeah, oh, what's up?
No, I agree. This is the beginning of it. The taking it to the Web 2 realm and giving it in a way that they're used to digesting. This is introducing vegetables on your pizza, right? Like some people who never eat broccoli might eat it on pizza. Some people who never eat pineapple might eat it on pizza. That might not be the best analogy. Right? Let me think of something with a woman, because
But
people always want to
well,
do stuff with women. But I'm saying once you go into a situation where it's easily digestible in your realm, that's what keeps you open minded to want to partake in more. And that's exactly what we see happening with Dot Swoosh. They're trying to play school it and spoon feed people so they can understand what's happening over here and then integrate it into what they do on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, I think.
yeah,
I'd say a good analogy would be like banking on your phone. Like once upon a time, like that was unheard of, security wise and functionality. Like people would never have trusted a digital device that they could take everywhere that they are to handle their banking stuff. And now it's like the norm. So I'd say that's kind of equivalent.
That's a great one. Apple Pay, that's a great one.
Bro,
110%.
they I was right in that generation where I grew up and they were telling me I need to balance a checkbook, and then I was using mobile banking, so I was like right in between where I'm like, who do I trust here? Like actually balance a checkbook, or do I just use my statements that I have digitally printed from my phone? You know what I mean? Like I was right in between. It's a good analogy. It's a really good analogy. But I never
Balancing a
balanced no
checkbook
checkbook.
sucked. That sucked. Go ahead, Shadow. Go ahead. Don't give me this
No,
PSD.
no.
Don't do.
Oh
I
my.
was just saying. I was just saying because I trust Bobito because he's. Hopefully he's already me saying this, but he's taking this to a whole other level. Like I'm not gonna even say how many Air Force One shoes he got, but he got a warehouse and he keeps large amount of stocks of shoes. So I mean that's his full on business. And he kind of keeps even like what he's doing now under wraps because he's just like people just don't understand. But that's about making business. You got to get in there early and all that good stuff. But yeah, he was saying that there's gonna come a time where basically once everybody is kind of what Johnny just said. I just wanted to make sure like I wanted to ask his opinion like he was like, there's gonna come a time, not in the beginning, but there's gonna come a time where people are like, everybody has these shoes, but then somebody's gonna be like, look, this is gonna be I think he called it dead stock, never open, never attached to NFT, fresh ownership on blockchain and IRL, going up for sale like and as a bundle together. And he's like, that people aren't even thinking about. He said, even if you want to connect it just to like kind of look at it, he said that's basically going to automatically devalue it. So I'm just like, damn, I didn't think that deep about all this stuff, but I guess there are people out there that's like they're thinking 10 years down the line basically. So yeah,
Let's
Well,
have
think
a
about
interesting.
provenance too, right? Imagine when Takashi Murakami ever gets rid of these, or anyone that actually owns these things too. When you can look back on who owns them, right? That's another value proposition too, because that's like a transparent thing on the blockchain where specific people own specific things, and you know that they've held them for a certain amount of times. That'll also hold an interesting value proposition within the product.
That's part of the sneaker culture, especially if you buy into flip. If you buy and sit on it, I mean, you can't flip immediately and expect the percentages that you would get from holding it long term. It's different in NFTs where you want to flip as fast as can because you want to pull a Curo because you're going to get the higher profit margins if you do so, right? More than likely, it's very rare cases where you have a blue chip or a legacy project where you can sit on it like a Bored Ape or something like that and then keep going up. But in sneakers, you want to sit on them because the supply begins to dwindle and demand is still there. If it's a hot sneaker, it only gets even more demanding, right? Like what was he
Look at
talking?
all the OGSBs. Look at
Yep,
all the OGSBs, right? Like
yep,
story told, the best, coolest shoes, right? But everyone skated them. Like true skaters skated them, and like most people wore them down to the ground because they just weren't thinking about like long-term hold value. But then there was collectors that actually held them, and now they're going for hundreds of thousands, if not tens of thousands, high tens of thousands
facts.
of dollars, right? And like because now people are trying, and like the story is caught up to it after 20 years, right? And now everyone is kind of woken up to it. The story's there, the lineage is there, and now the true sneaker collectors that actually collect sneakers, they're going back and trying to collect the history of the brand, right? So like Artifact is like creating a lineage right now within their product, and they started with the space drips, right? And then it goes to the crypto kick IRLs, then the season 1 Air Force Ones, then the crypto dunks, right? And then we're going to start seeing more and more and more. And then these are the shoes that, as sneakerheads that have been collectors for a long time, and they learn about this, and then the story of Artifact builds out, and more and more and more and more people come in. Then those people will learn. Oh, let me look at the history of it. Oh, let me see these products, and then there'll be an actually marketplace where it's chronologically ordered for them to be able to go search. And then again, we're the people that are holding the entire stock of everything that's been released, where it's like if we don't want to sell it, we've worn them, we want to hold them and collect them, where then they're just shit out of luck, right? Or we sell it for whatever we want to sell it for, and then let them enter the ecosystem, but they got to pay for the privilege of it, right? So this is sneaker collecting. I mean, and people collect. It's almost like a niche, right? There's watch collectors, there's wine collectors. I know thousands of sneaker collectors that spend more money than you can ever find. I mean, we're in the NFT space. I mean, you guys understand. I mean, shit. So as far as assets go, people will spend absorbent amount of money on assets they like, and especially collecting full collections too, especially at this limited nature. It's almost going to be impossible because especially with the Air Force Ones being as limited they are, those were shipped globally. So when you think about the distribution of those globally, I mean, that's all over the globe, right? And with these crypto kick IRLs, they will make themselves globally spread over the next 5 years too. And with the limited nature of those, to be able to get your hands on them, and then dead stock after we find out the earn potential of these shoes, like if they really are significant earns, it's like how many people are really want to keeping X amount dead stock. So, yeah, it'll just be interesting how it all rolls out.
Nasty
Johnny,
time.
hey Johnny, man, it's funny that you said that too, because he did also mention that timelines are going to be a little bit sped up because we're dealing with such a small amount. And he did stress, he's like, you got to understand, they make hundreds of thousands of shoes, like, and then they'll do it again like the next year, and then the next year after that. And so it's kind of like, he's like, you got to understand, this is something like complete. This is a one-time small batch, you know, are never to be made again type, like all those, taglines attached to it. He said this is way bigger than people were understanding. But yeah, go ahead, David. You got it.
That's a fact. But you understand why Pump has so many pairs. You understand why Baron has so many pairs. Because Baron and Pump, they are collectors. Like Baron collects. This man got a safe full of wine. Like he's a collector, so he gets it right. And when you have a situation like this, in regards to sneakers, Johnny said something earlier on Fawn Space. I'm gonna keep referring back to that space. It was a good space. We need more daytime spaces like that. But Johnny said something about how these things are people want to buy them dead stock, right? But in certain situations, people will buy worn sneakers. A lot of people will buy a lot of worn sneakers, and they will pay over the premium for those worn sneakers because they're just that much more coveted than anything else. I sold a used pair of Red Octobers for $10,000. And this is after I moonwalked all throughout the LA streets in them. And it's just that people want those shoes that much. And they were that rare and that size as well. It makes them that much more rare. So what Johnny is saying about how the supply is here, these are US based. The CRRLs, for the most part, are US based because they didn't ship worldwide. So it's a concentration of where you can find them. But when it comes down to the small supply and allocation of the Air Force Ones and the fact that they are worldwide, it's going to be even harder trying to track down a pair, especially if you wear Anya's 3.5. It's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? So people are going to pay to get them. And that's how sneaker culture works. So that's the whole point of having like Sneaker Con, because you can have people from different areas around the world, around the nation, meet up at one central point and bring their supply in and say, yo, I got this size or this shoe and this 3.5 with this supply. I know you've been looking for it. It's right here on this table. I'm gonna need 50 G's for it. And somebody can say it's in the hand right now. I can smell it. I can touch it. I can maybe lick it if you ain't looking. Let me get it.
And keep in mind too, like the real value of the CIRLs, you might not even see until after the dunks have been released, and like the actual like sneakerheads really sink their teeth into what's going on over here, because there's still so much hype behind a dunk, and we know that what happens when new dunks are released is people go crazy. And so they might get introduced to the previous drops through future sneakers. Maybe it's the Air Force Ones that come in, maybe it's the dunk, maybe it's the sneaker after the dunk, like Artifact's own silhouette. But they're always going to look back at what's the first one of this line, like what's the first crypto kick that has all this technology and mechanisms to it, and they'll draw back to the CIRLs. And if you're holding one, like Dre just said, because the supply is so small, and because they're going to go back and they're going to look, like, you know how rare it is to find a dead stock 85 Jordan? It's almost impossible. But there's people out there that search and search and search for 85 Jordans because that's the first Jordan. That's the very first one. That's where it all started. So they'll buy used ones for, $2,500, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, depending on the size and the quality. The same thing's going to happen in the future when they really sink their teeth into what's going on and they look back and they do they look through the lineage and do their history and homework, and they see that this is the shoe that started all of this move to earn, all these mechanics, haptic feedback, yada yada yada. And that's when you're going to really find the value. So hold on to them. Like, it really, I mean, play the game. If you're Pump, if you're Baron, you got a whole bunch and you can make some money and flip it, by all means, get your bag. But at the same time, keep in mind that the real value might not be seen, for the next 5 years. I mean, 85 Jordans weren't really pumping until well into the 2000s.
Wait. Am I rugged?
I thought
Nah, I was waiting
No,
for Tevy to go.
I thought I was
Tevy has
rugged,
his
bro.
hand up.
I just
He
always
stopped
end
me.
abruptly like an idiot. That's my bad.
No, I set my phone down right, bro. I set my phone down right when you
That
stopped
was a
talking, and I
really
was like,
awkward
shit.
end to what I had to say. That's my bad.
No, that was a mic drop. You're right. And then let me make a point off of that. I was talking to my kids as well. I didn't jump in, but 85 Jordans didn't take those things were sitting in $50 bargain bins because people didn't want to pay that much back in '85. They thought there was no way we're gonna pay for these Jordan or these shoes that have been banned from the NBA. There's no way I want to have my kids wearing this stuff, and they charged a premium at that time as well. Nikes didn't cost as much when Air Jordan came out, so you could have found those things in bargain bins, and it was a lot of people who did buy them and sat on them, and those are the people who are out there slanging and busting them off now for the premium because they knew what they were sitting on. And that's the same type of situation here. But the sneaker game has changed since 1985 and the first release of a Air Jordan 1s. But you can understand the picture, the analogy that we're using here.
The pair we literally have in the store right now, the 1985, we have the receipt on sale for $55 US. It's like insane. You know what I mean? They really were like, Trace, for real. I mean, they were $55 on sale. And then again,
For
now
real.
I literally saw a pair sell to a private collector, I think for $45,000 a couple of weeks ago. So again, and this is a 1985 that's barely wearable. So again, when you talk about long-term value with the brand that acquired them, again, this is also a huge additive.
If you account for inflation, $55 then is like $20,000 now. It's
No,
crazy.
it was like $100 then. Like, they was like, oh my 50, you know what I mean? But 55, people didn't even want to pay that. But I'm saying, like, you have to have the vision, and this goes back to what I was saying about the founders earlier. Once you have the vision to be able to execute, you set yourself up. Like the homie Shadow was talking about Bobito, he understands because he's a part of the game. He gets it. He has the vision, so he's sitting on X amount of stock. Baron understand, he has the vision. He's sitting on a safe full of wine. Same thing with Pump, right? But once you have the vision, you can execute on that vision. You can usually come up at the end as long as you stick to that same vision. So we all here are like infantry soldiers. We are on the front line. We seeing all the action, the good, the bad, people getting murked out right in front of us. Saving Private Ryan ain't got nothing on us, right? Because we've been through it all. And we probably haven't seen the worst of it for real. Well, maybe we have. I'll take that
Well,
back. I'm
Dre,
not
I
gonna
mean,
speak for
why do you think? I mean, those shoes were on sale for a specific reason, right? Like the story hadn't been written yet. I think that's what's so dope is like, as his story was unfolding and as it like the decades unfolded, right? That like the value of the product was told and seen through the story and through what happened, right? And so like this is what's so dope. We're like writing the story. We're 2 years in. Like give it 5, 10, 15 years. This is what's so dope, right? And we're going to be the basis of who's writing the story. So,
but we
So
here.
I don't.
We here. The fact that we infantry and we running through it right now, we see the battle scars that other people might not necessarily see. Shadow, you just got drafted and you flown over. They dropped you off in the front line. So yeah, you see the rubble, you see the bloodshed. You asking questions about what happened, right? And you understand because you see the carnage that has happened here. But we're going towards the future where things will be rebuilt and everything will be beautiful and everybody will have a greater understanding because it'll be a totally different ecosystem that's built at that time. So that's how you got to look at it. If you're going to just hold on to the memoirs from this infantry, this war that we're in right now, and you'll be good at the end of the day.
All right, I'm gonna
Tabby, what's
jump
up,
in this
bro?
pause.
Do it.
Yeah, I just want to go back and ask Shadow. Shadow said the man Bobito has a stock a lot. Did you say he has a large amount of Air Force Ones that he ordered and is sitting on, or are you saying just in general?
I'm not sure if he got the CIRLs. We were in, my other community that's actually going through some trouble right now, but the Bad Cow community, we were made aware by Bobito and another sneakerhead about Dot Swoosh. And then at the same time, around Dot Swoosh about to mint, that's when Artifact was announcing their Forge. And after some research, and he came in one day and was like, yo, 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 like, you guys need to understand this, and yo, Steph as well too. And they really kind of educated the whole group on how big and how historic the Air Force Ones are. And we know Bobito, shoes is his job. He acquires hard to get shoes for private buyers. I mean, he does a lot of stuff. Everything shoe related. And all we know is that he acquired a large amount of Air Force Ones for dead stock. And I haven't talked to him, but I'm pretty sure he's already been doing the same thing for the crypto dunks, and he's going to be looking to get his hands on some CIRLs. But he knows his stuff, and he was talking about, if you're going to use them, if you're buying the shoes to enjoy the shoes, then buy the shoes to enjoy them. Just know he was just, making us aware that, if you buy one to rock, I recommend buying one to stock because these shoes are going to be doing some numbers later on down the road. And yeah, the rest was kind of like what we talked about earlier. But yeah.
Yeah, Bobito's a legend. Just putting the respect on the name. So
Oh, you know him too?
I know
Every
Well,
of
real
him.
it's a
sneakerhead
different,
knows who the fuck
it's a
Bobito
different
is.
Bobito. Y'all talk about two different Bobitos because I already had this conversation
Wait,
too.
this ain't
Already the
Bobito
name
Bobito?
associated. This ain't Bobito. This is
New York
Bobito.
Bobito?
So
This is
it's
New
a
York
different
Bobito?
Bobito.
Okay, guys.
No, this ain't. He is New York Bobito as well, but not the New York Bobito.
Bro,
So
I'm
it's
so
just a different thing.
confused,
I
bro.
did the same thing. Yeah, it's all good. That's
Okay,
what I'm here for. I
okay.
got you. I got you.
Yeah, he came. Oh, yeah, that's right. You talked to him, right, Drake? That was.
Yeah. A couple
Okay, yeah,
times.
yeah. So you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. No, he's not. I mean, he does a sneaker game, but yeah, I guess he's not whoever you guys think he is, but he knows his stuff though.
He's
I have
not
a
NBA
Yeah.
streets, Bobito.
I got
Yeah,
an uncle I got an
Bobito, like
uncle
the
named
Bobito
Bobito.
I was thinking about has got like Nike collabs, like especially like Air Force
Yeah.
One
Yeah,
collabs. So
nah.
like when you were
I
talking
thought it
about it,
was
I
the
was
same.
like,
I said the same thing. Yo, is this Bobito? Bobito? Nah.
Shadows, it's a sleeper.
I know Shadow got fucking snakeskin boots on talking to Bobito about Air Force Ones. What
Yeah.
the hell is going on?
Yeah, bro. I'm out here like Kiro, just got connections with everybody. Some you guys don't even know about. Nah, but no, all my people are good people though. He knows his stuff. But wait, hold up. How do we even get on this? Tevy, what were you asking? I didn't even understand the
Oh
question.
no, I just wanted. That's okay. I got what I need to know, so we can
Oh,
keep it
okay.
moving.
Derailed.
Yeah, I was hella confused. I was like, how wait, why am I even talking? Oh yeah, that's right. Tevy asked me a question.
You see what happens when Tevi and Shadow start going back and forth?
Yo, Shadow didn't realize, you know, maybe subscribing
Yeah.
myself might be more coherent than he is now.
Has he figured you guys out yet?
No, not yet.
Yeah. Never let him know your next move.
I
Ever.
mean, where's subscribe? We haven't seen subscribe in a long time.
He jumps in the Discord voice sometimes
Oh,
afterwards.
gotcha. Okay,
Yeah, I was
so he's
busy
still
out where
around,
he
yo.
is.
Okay.
He's traumatized by Dre's cricket sounds right now. So Yeah, crickets are traumatizing.
Only when you come in here talking about some off the wall nothingness will it be traumatizing.
Bro, when we had Jeff Staple up here, dude, and he came up, I was so worried. I was like, oh shit. Oh shit. So he didn't say nothing crazy, so I know he does it on purpose, right? He totally tries to derail people on purpose. And he's just sitting over there laughing. Cause I've talked to Subscribe. He is smart as shit, bro. He is just saying crazy stuff for no reason.
Hey, didn't the red guy talk to Jeff Staples recently in his like
Yeah,
podcast or
I was
something?
just about to pin it up to the top. Give me a second. Sorry.
He did it out here in LA at the IRL Alpha space too, which was dope.
I wonder if we're gonna get any Rockstar announcements at this
Yo, if
event.
Thread Guy doesn't
I know
buy
Dre
a,
Millie
a
knows.
a clone soon, after he fucking engagement farmed me for fucking 5 months, yo, I might have to come for his neck, man. Listen, man, this attention ain't free no more. Okay, I'm collecting on back engagement farming. Okay, of CloneX community members. Okay.
There's
Protect your neck.
nothing more satisfying than like eventually down the road, just seeing every Spaces host or influencer that engagement farm the shit out of clones slowly have to go, maybe I was a little wrong there.
Oh,
Like
Thread Guy's
Zero took the
terrified to
heat,
let me
bro.
up now.
Dude,
Every time I
this is what I've learned,
request,
bro.
he doesn't let me up anymore. He's just terrified for what I gotta say.
No, this is what I'm saying. Like, dude, you're never gonna escape the haters. Like, dude, you're gonna like. There's people that'll literally never admit it. They'll go to the grave with it, even though it'll be like blatantly right in their face. It's like this is what I'm so funny. It's like they will just talk shit to the day they die, even though it's like going up. It's like 1,000, 2,000x, 3,000x, 5,000x. It's like no, it's gonna come crashing down. Just watch, just
Oh,
yeah.
I know one.
You
I
know
know
what
one.
I'm talking about.
They hate us because they ain't us,
Yeah.
boy.
They hate
Exactly.
us because they ain't
You guys were
us.
sleeping on those eBay pairs, man. That token was at the floor. I got the token and the shoes. I got one more pair for
Baron, that's my
Baron.
size, my guy.
Baron.
That's my size, my
What'd you
Wait,
Right
get?
boy.
into the store.
how much?
Baron is my
How much did you get
size.
him for?
Dude, they were only $850, man. That's a $1,500
Hey
shoe.
Baron,
Bro,
I
I
gotta
announced
do
it
that
at the
custom
start.
for you, so those shoes could be paid.
Mm-hmm. Currency. We got currency in here. Dude, I couldn't believe it. The first token that I opened, I checked the size. It matched. I'm like,
It
well, this
came
is
with
just
the
too good to be
token.
true.
But
No,
wait. At the same time, you can get any token from what they said. It doesn't have to be the same size, and you can still utilize it.
no, yeah. Okay, well, that's good to know. I appreciate that but it is nice that the size matches for me.
I told y'all when
Unbelievable, man. This guy doesn't even know what he's got.
I
You're
told
gonna
you I
get
was
the
gonna get
you're gonna get the adapt EBs in instead.
I know, man. It's like these shoes have self-lacing. I'm like, oh shit. We'll see what we get.
Wait, why did you buy the token on eBay though?
To match the no, I bought the token on OpenSea. I
Oh,
bought
okay.
the
All right.
shoes on eBay.
Because I was
oh my
like,
god.
all right, he's just gonna send it to you or what?
Bro, you know you got some money when you could just YOLO 850 on eBay, hoping to God you get the actual shoes and not some adapts. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, my
I'm
man
so
said
glad you
that,
said
but he
that.
said that too. It's just 850. Rolled off the tongue. Just.
We'll see what we get.
Yeah, that was
We'll see
after I
what we
said.
get.
That
No,
was after I said, yeah. Oh, good.
yeah, it's a legit listing, and the seller has some cred. I knew someone was gonna snipe it, and of course
He's not
Baron.
called Baron for anything.
But
You see
You
that
guys don't
tie? Do you
understand what
see
these
that
shoes will
tie?
go for in Yankee Kicks, any store, at SneakerCon. I mean, I don't know if the people there are going to bring their money. If they don't, they're going to go somewhere else. But dude, these shoes are worth a fortune.
SneakerCon is going to go up, man. You got people who come from other consignment shops just to shop for their consignment shop. The private selection homies going to be there. It's LA, man. That's what I'm saying. It's LA,
I mean, this
man.
is what I'm saying. Like every single time I bring one of my shoes into Private Selection or one of like Yankee Kicks or Grandeur or Common Hype or any one of these stores, it's like because it's something that no one's ever seen or it's because it's so limited, it sells within like a week. And it's like whatever price you set it at, like it's gonna sell, right? Because it's like instant gratification is what I've learned, right? It's like when we have the store in Miami, people will come in and they'll walk around, and if we have a shoe in their size, they're getting it. Like if they want it, they're getting it. They don't care the price. It's like they'll walk out with it, right? If they have it in their size, they're getting it, right? Oh, so when you tell them the story, oh, it's in a glass case. Oh, this is one of like basically nothing. Oh, it actually earns you rewards. Oh, it connects to an app. Oh, it does this. Right? Oh, how much is it? Oh, it's 10K. Oh, okay. You guys take American Express? Sounds good.
Yep.
Sounds like y'all got to get y'all's IRL floor price together, man. Somebody's gonna be selling it for like 850,
This is
and
why
they're
I
gonna
say
think
you
they're
are the
getting a
floor.
deal, and then
You are the floor.
somebody else across the event's gonna be selling it for like 6K, and they're gonna be like, "Oh shit, I got a deal."
It's just like the clones, right? Somebody will sell a clone for 2 ETH and then immediately sell it for 6, right?
That's
It's
why I'm
like
happy Baron
if
got
you
it.
don't, if you undervalue it, it's like the next person is going to snipe it and then just sell it for what its value is because they know somebody that'll buy
Baron
it.
ain't gonna set that floor at 850 for those shoes. Baron knows what he got, so I'm glad he got them so he could reset the floor again because that was a little low.
I thought it was low too. That's why I said it in here. I was like, somebody, bro, 9.5,
He said somebody
850,
while he was staring at Baron's PFP the whole time. He knew what he was doing. He knew what the hell he was. He was planting the seed.
bro.
I told
Hell,
my
let me.
wife this might be the dumbest, smartest thing I ever did.
I
No,
was
it will be. It will be. You about to, man. If anybody is about to eat, it's about to be you. You and Pump, man. You and Pump are about to quellish. It's about to go down. And so, yeah.
Oh, that's a new one. Quellish.
You got it. Dre got a new word. Y'all
Quellish.
heard that?
I wish I
Quellish.
had analytics on this space as far as how much capital goes into the artifact ecosystem from the people that actually listen straight through the space.
Bro, we have to. If people who are here in the space, or in the group, or kind of in it, had at least bought. We have to be at 100 clones by now. Just clones, right?
I mean, I've just seen on my timeline over the last 6 months, right, how many people have said, "Oh, I was in bad take," or "I was in bad take." My first clone, my first clone, my first clone. I mean, it's like repetitive at this point. It's like this is what I love about it. It's just like people are in here, they just listen to organic conversation. You just quote unquote not even trying to, but hype it out, and then all of a sudden you let me go searching real quick, and then sold part of it, and then the ecosystem grows. I mean, you guys are killing it, bro.
I wish there was a way to put like the numbers together and then cast for his monthly presentation to the Nike execs. Like this Twitter space called Bad Take has directly sold or been attributed to this dollar amount because they don't give a shit about nothing else but dollar amounts. They want to see numbers on the board, baby. I wish there was a way to easily put all that together, bro. Give cast some material.
I mean, legit, it would be cool to see though. So I don't know if anybody has the time or the skill set to actually comp. You know how to read the blockchain. You know where people do things before they even do it. And so I feel like if anybody can put that together, it's probably you. Kind of go back and pull up receipts and blockchain transactions and pull it all together and just serve it up.
Yo, has anybody figured out why the packages weigh so much?
Because there's multiple in a
There's a
box.
charger in there. There's a platform charger. So when I got my adapts, I will say the adapts themselves, and I've been told from Johnny who's held these shoes, the Adapt 4.0 were heavy as hell, and I know that these shoes aren't that. So it's not just the shoe, but there's like a charging platform in there. I would imagine the box itself is probably pretty thick. Like the shoe box is most likely a pretty thick stock cardboard just to kind of protect all the stuff that's in there. There's also like with I mean the adapt packaging I had was like styrofoam. There was so much stuff in that package. It was a huge box too.
That box was big as
Yeah, the box
fuck, bro.
itself, the shoe box is massive, and it comes in a box, and so it's just it's a lot. So yeah, it's gonna weigh a little bit.
But you know what? This is the difference between those previous adapts and the ones we are dealing with
Right,
now.
right, right.
One, that box was huge because they had to house the charger would look like an iPad, like a regular size iPad for the shoes to sit on. The chargers now are like sleeker. They just built different. So, and the motor inside for the other previous adapts that's what made it so heavy. That's why the hoopers couldn't hoop in them, because the motor was heavy. But that's the whole thing with the Trillium lace engine. It's legit that small. Like, it's legit a tiny mechanism. So that won't take up that much space. So I'm thinking that the box, while I'm sure it still got some girth on it. Pause. You got to pause every time you say girth. I'm sure it got some size on it, right? But I don't think it's as big as it was previous generations.
Pause. Anya?
How are you gonna make me come after the pause? Dang it. Listen.
Pause.
Freaking heck.
Anya has to talk
Okay.
after Girth, bro.
Dagnabbit. Listen, so the weight of the box of the charger, I don't know if anybody has seen it, or if you have seen it, it's flat. So you put your shoes on top of it, and it's not like a regular charger like you think it's going to plug into it or whatever. You set your shoes on top of this flat charger, and that's how it charges. So it's longer, it's a longer charger than you're thinking. So if you've ever seen like the wireless chargers that your phone has or something like that, it's that, but it's for shoes. So both of your shoes can fit side by side on that charger, which obviously that kind of size charger, it makes it heavier. You've got more material to work with and components and whatnot. So that's fine. I was avoiding all the words. Did you hear me?
But
I
I mean,
danced around every
no,
single word I could think of that was going to
you
cause a pause.
tried.
No, you
You
still said it
tried,
was
but we
longer
still,
though.
yeah,
Yeah.
more
If
I
you have,
appreciate that,
material.
though.
That's a
I
pause.
appreciate that.
Nice try, though.
if
That
you
was
guys
good.
haven't seen it, I posted the video up top where Clegg unboxes the stones just so you can see the charger if you haven't seen it.
Nah, I'm still tripping over Dre Millie's more girthier than previous generations.
Yo, them shits are heavy, bro. If you ever had an old pair of Adapts, they were heavy. Like, you could not wear those shoes, bro.
They
I was
clunked
so
around.
hyped to spend $400 and get those shoes that did not have any of the technology that comes in these shoes. And then when I opened that box, I was so disappointed. And then when Artifact announced the release of the CIRLs and they tried charging me $450, I was so mad. And then I sat back and I remembered, damn, I paid $400 for these other shoes that I would not even wear, had none of the technology, and I was happy to get them. What the hell am I doing? Let's run it. Where's my credit card? Let's make this damn payment. Give me some ease, baby. Let's go.
Which ones did you have? The 1.0 or the
The
2.0?
latest one, not the one before they started doing like the 11s and
It didn't matter though. It
it
didn't
did
matter. I
not
had the
matter because they were
Hirachis.
all
Like
heavy
I
and
had the
all
Hirachi ones that
unwearable.
were straight
Yeah, they
socks.
were it
And
was
those were
terrible. It was cool to look at. Like, it's cool to like
But the
play with, but like, you're
2.0s,
not gonna wear
they
these.
kind of made them. They made them more socky than the 1. They were like more lower profile. You know what I mean? The first one seemed like they were more like mids. The second one seems like they were more like lows. When I'm talking about the second ones, the ones that had the colorway, the actual mag inspired
Yeah,
colorway.
that's the one that I got. And even they
Okay.
were heavy as hell, bro. Like, there was
no,
no way I
yeah.
was wearing those shoes. It was like, it wasn't as heavy. You remember the Adidas 4D? That was like wearing a brick.
Yes.
And
Yes.
and these were, I think, if not heavier. Like, they were so heavy, bro.
I was even talking about like the thin Hirachi adapts, right? I don't know if you guys even saw
Yeah.
the
I,
Hirachi
I
adapts, but like the
still got
upper
those.
was literally paper thin, right? And even then, those were like twice as heavy as these Crypto Kick IRLs. So
Nah, yeah, I still got those. Matter of fact, I need to get those. They're somewhere around this motherfucker.
Oh, speaking of that, wait, are you supposed to say it Hirachis or do people not pronounce it Huarachas?
Pronounce it what? Pronounce it
isn't it pronounced Warata?
Dude, she threw so
No?
much Utah on there.
Pronounce it what?
I don't know if I've ever
Am
heard
I?
it.
Am
That's
I?
kind of
Is
sexy
it just?
though.
No, I mean, it's like, well, it's like when I think it's one of those things. Maybe like you just
I'm a white
more.
American that probably does not pronounce most things correctly. So I'm gonna take your word that it is pronounced the way you said it. I can't even say it the way you said it. So
Well, I guess you can always make that argument as a Nike or Nike. You know what I mean? So it's
he said
where
Nike.
you from?
He's Nike.
Wait a minute.
Fucking Nike.
I've
Did
never
I
heard it
say
called
it like
Nork.
It's like
Am I the only person tripping over Rupsy saying that he was white, bro?
yeah.
You mean Rusby?
Bro.
I was like,
Yeah,
yo,
man.
I would have put money down that you were brother, but okay.
Hey, bro, I was raised in
Learn something
Florida,
new
man.
every
I'm
day.
raised in Tampa, bro. Like it's like I'm white on the outside, baby. You know, you know how it goes.
Brother from another mother, man. That's my guy.
My brother.
Hey man, this Web3 stuff is it's crazy sometimes, man.
Right? It's about to be a whole new world when everybody walks up together, be like, "You don't look or sound like you thought, like I thought you looked."
That's a
It's gonna be a
fact.
lot of. It's gonna be
What
a lot
happened?
of that.
That's like probably the most fun part about all of this. Like when you meet people in real life, you're just looking at them like, well, I'll be damned. This you.
Yeah, besides Dre Millie, Tevi, Compound, and Anya, everybody, oh, and Baron, everybody else in my head, I'm imagining like a cartoon version of your CloneX like talking. And it's like weird. In my head, it's like everything's 3D around you and you're your clone. But there's only like certain people that I see every single day on Twitter, like Baron posting Jim or Dre Millie posting, his stuff, or Tevi traveling. I think I just know Compound because Compound, you're in a lot of the photos at the IRL meetups and stuff. And then Anya from that Vegas stuff. Everybody else, like Johnny, I'm just imagining your PFP. Illin, I don't even know what I'm thinking about in my head when I'm thinking about Illin. It's kind of weird. Oh yeah, Allie is 100% his PFP only. Like I don't know, like my brain kind of that's kind of how this stuff works, man. So yeah, when I meet you guys IRL, it's gonna be a lot of like, oh shit, okay, all right.
Bro, Johnny looks
That's
identical to his PFP, by the way.
Yeah, he
I was
does.
gonna
Yep.
No,
exactly.
that's a
We
fact.
you can go to his page too and see him and his PFP together.
When you
It's
see
amazing.
in my bucket hat and my gold glasses, you come say what's up.
All right, man. I still hate that I'm missing this first one, but I'll catch you guys on the. It sounds like it's gonna be the Miami and Art Basel. That's what it sounds like it's gonna be, but we'll see
Bro, I hear there's
what's up
supposed to
next for
be an
Artifact.
event in Texas next year at some point.
Oh, hey, I'm
It
definitely
won't
gonna be
be
there.
Texas before it's Art Basel though.
I said at some point,
Yeah, no, Art. But he's saying the next one coming up, since he's missing this one, the next one coming up would possibly be at Art Basel one, which I would assume the same, to be honest.
I'm so excited for everybody to see each other in Anaheim and at the Singapore event and everything. I unfortunately can't be there, but I'm gonna be here digitally. So
Unplug her mic. Unplug her mic, comp. We're not putting up with this. Unplug the mic.
That was gold.
Ridiculous.
why don't you just get in Clegg's luggage when he comes out? I'm sure he's coming, right?
I assume he is, and I could ask to be. I could fit in one of the remote bags. I'm sure I'm sure I'm small enough, but yeah, well, we'll see. If I get a horde of people showing up at my door and suddenly I'm at the event, you'll know why. So that's I think that's the only way I'm gonna go is I'm gonna get kidnapped and then I'm gonna be there.
I feel like Clegg's the type of guy that he'd be like, I'm just going to drive. I haven't booked my flight yet. I'm just going to drive. I don't need to charter anything. Yeah, I'm just gonna drive. I like the landscape. I'll get some work done. I'll think about some stuff and take some conference calls.
I mean,
That's how
isn't he
it's
in the middle of the desert right now, partying it up with lights? I saw something. Like, I feel like that's what he's doing right now.
No, that's over. But no, the drive from Utah is probably one of the worst drives ever, bro. Like, and it's just driving through.
Nothingness.
Oh,
There's
nothing
nothing.
out
There's
there.
nothing between here and going to California. Like zero. We got like a little Airbnb like between, thinking like, oh, well, it's just like a little town. Like it's the only town. It is, and it's so unpopulated. Like it was. Man, it was so creepy. There was like one room that was just like completely dedicated to all of it, like the deer heads and things like that they had, and it was creepy as heck. But yeah, definitely don't recommend that drive. It is scary.
nah, man. It's terrible. I should say Harachis is that. It's exactly
Huarachas.
that. It's a Harachas is that.
She said,
That was even
"Hurrah!"
better. Harachas.
Harachas.
Okay, say it one more time, Anya, like the right way.
Huarachas.
Huarachas.
We've been calling these things
She
Harachis
said,
since the
"Huaracha."
90s, bro.
Huaracha.
Haracha.
Yo,
Now you gotta put the huarachas.
Tevy be saying Tesla and Anaheim, but he's gonna get Harachas right. He's
Yo,
nailing it, bro. He got it right.
yo, you gonna let him do you like that, Tevy? You gonna let him do you like
No,
that?
That's all
he
good. He's just
It's the
mad because
truth.
he has no remorse. That's just why he's mad. That's all good.
It's the truth,
Bro,
no.
man. It's the
the
truth.
demons better get my guys back right now. Where's the demons at? Y'all demon time.
It's the
Demons and
truth, man.
angels
You
up here
can't.
throwing shade, bro.
Don't be mad at the
No.
truth, man. It's a fact.
I was saying he said it really well, Harachas. He nailed it. But Tesla,
Huarachas.
Tesla
Huarachas.
and Anaheim, just not of the cards.
Oh man, this is good. Looking forward to Anaheim. It's gonna be great.
Tevy speaks a whole nother fucking language, bro. I don't know a second language.
This is facts, bro. I'm so bad at English. Like I can barely get this shit out.
So we have to tell Chris to send the squad in the blacked out Suburban to pick up Anya to make sure she gets there. Okay. We'll write a thread.
Make it a 16 point thread.
How Anaheim won't be the same without Anya, a thread.
Wait, who said that Chris was coming in the first place, though?
See how I snuck that shit in, bro?
The only reason that the only reason I used it as an example is because we said that Anya could fit in Chris's luggage. So I have no idea if he's coming or not. Just for the record.
Because that's news to me. Somebody let
Yeah, I
me know
snuck
something.
that out and I started getting replies, bro. That's how you do it. That's how you get alpha, y'all. Just throw it in there.
You
I
got
don't even
to.
know. I don't know what his like bedtime routine is. I could just text him and ask him. I'm like, hey, are you going? But I don't want to bother him this late.
Here, throw me his phone number. I'll
I
shoot
feel
him a
like
text. I don't want you to have to bother him. I'll
feel
shoot
like
him.
you should just do it.
I'm
him some
definitely
time,
not
Liz.
giving any of you Degens his number because you guys will hit him up at 1 in the morning. Hey, I had a thought, and then no way.
But like, hey, I bought some huarachas and I'm going to Anaheim. So could I get confirmation that you're coming?
She said his nighttime routine, like putting on face mask and
8 o'clock at night. He's a creator. You know he's up till 2 a.m. every night. Come on. Creators don't sleep early.
all right, it's coming. So you guys enjoy your rest of the night.
What's coming?
I don't know. So do we just connect this? Are you just connecting your MetaMask just to anything to that thing? You don't need to have your kicks in there to this app. Like, I don't understand what's going on there. Everybody said to connect my stuff. I'm like, I don't understand.
You don't have to connect anything yet, Baron. I won't even worry.
All right.
There's literally nothing to do. even if you connect it.
Okay.
Don't.
We'll do the whole walkthrough process once everything like hits, so it's okay. You'll have your chance to connect your huarachas.
So yeah, and earlier on the space, Cass said that there are like some kind of videos or information planned that were not planned for today because the app came out sooner than expected. So those videos are still teed up, or it's all planned still. So I'd just be patient.
This isn't the official release. Tomorrow is the official release. So everybody act surprised. Like we didn't know what's happening.
Y'all got a preview. That's one of the benefits of being a clone owner. You got to preview the app first. Congratulations.
Bro, we've been checking the app
But
store for the past fucking 4 days. What are you talking about, bro?
Not gonna lie, I did that all over the weekend. I just forgot today because I was at work. And then that's the
Oh,
day.
you were on
Honestly,
Spaces, dude, all day.
Clones are
Hey,
relentless.
I went to a
seriously.
conference room. It's all good.
Literally
No,
woke up at 5:00 in the morning, and I was like, "Yeah, gotta post."
No, it was. I don't even know who it was that discovered it first, but
Okay.
this is the running joke is that nobody can hide anything from anybody in the clones. Like nothing. The commercial goes up and people are like looking in the corners of things, and a photo, whatever it is, and the detectives are out.
But y'all put that in those damn commercials for a reason, though. That's why you put it in there for people like us to sit there and go frame by frame and waste 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours of our day looking at stuff in the corners, reflections and stuff like that. That's why y'all do it.
I blame the founders. Like listen. I don't know how many times Chris has come out here and put something up, and it's like a reflection, and then it's like if you zoom in, you can see what's going on. Benoit does it too. Zap has definitely done it. So I feel like you kind of trained us this way, and no, it's not even it's conditioned. You conditioned us to do these things, and now it's blowing up in your face. You can't release an app on time. It's early now because you put it in the store before you were ready. But we thank you for it. We appreciate it.
Easter eggs is what we call them in the gaming world.
Right, little breadcrumbs.
Bro,
Love
we
it.
out here checking patents. I mean, we got lawyers reading through patents, bro. Like you can't hide.
I mean, legit. Nope.
The worst was when I stayed up to watch the whole Jason Momoa Father Time series with LeBron James, thinking that we were going to get a clone sighting, and there was like nothing, dude. I watched the whole. I've never watched them that
bro.
much.
Come on, Baron. You watched that for Jason Momoa. I mean, let's be
Didn't
real.
even know who he
Let's
was.
be real. He's a gorgeous man.
Aquaman?
It's okay.
You don't know who Aquaman is?
No, man. Me and movies. You guys are going to hate on me for this, but I don't watch a ton of movies, man. I'm so ADD.
I mean, there's a difference between movies and then Marvel. There's a difference.
Hey, bro.
It is a difference between Aquaman and Marvel.
That's DC, my
guy.
No, I gotta get it
right, my dude.
That's true.
He fumbled the bag on that one.
Yeah, I messed up on that one. But anyway, the point is,
Aquaman's Marvel.
Now y'all got him started.
Yeah, there you go. But I'm just saying, like DC, Marvel, all that comics, there's a difference. It's not just movies.
Dude, I grew up poor as F, and I didn't have any of that stuff, dude. I didn't have any toys. That's why my whole closet's full of Pokemon now. I'm making up for lost time. I never got into any of that stuff. You guys are going to have to teach me what Marvel is. You know what I'm saying?
Marvel was a rich kid's game. That's a board game.
Bro, Artifact is 100 times better than Marvel, my guy. Wait till the Artifact movie comes out.
Better than Marvel.
Here we go.
I'm about to go get one of those like starter jackets because I couldn't get one of those either. I'm gonna hook myself up. I'm gonna get some toggles on the strings.
Oh, yo, you want to know? Here, I'm gonna give you some alpha. We was looking into as CloneX LA coming out with starter jackets, pullover jackets. All this stuff has been scrapped now, but we was coming out with some shit. We was working on some stuff, but then everybody fell off the face of the earth, and we out here by our lonesome. I can start, stitching up some shit for you right now, but you won't get it until 2055 when we get the panels on the actual dunks, so maybe be right on time. You know what I mean?
I want screen technology on my starter jacket, please. And if you can't make it, I don't understand why.
You got it. You're right. That's on me
No, the
for not delivering.
version had a screen
Going,
on it in the
going full
digital.
circle. Y'all tripping.
But no, we was doing all of that stuff, man. We had a whole lot of stuff planned out with CloneX LA, man. And shriveled up, got cold outside. You know what I mean?
All right.
As a
I
as
got
an
a
image.
space at the top. It's one of our friends, Demi. He's talking artifact CRLs. We might get a different crowd in that space. So let's go over there and have an after party in that space and educate anybody who's got questions. If y'all want to pull up, the link's at the top.
Oh wait, we gotta let the man Meryl come through. What time is it over there,
Oh
man?
yeah, Meryl. Didn't sleep, bro.
It's all good. It's just 12, just lunchtime now. I'm just about awake. It fucked me up, man. But doing all right, Jim. You know, how's everyone doing?
Feeling good, man. Life is good. You know.
Yeah, I did not need that image of Dre saying going outside and things getting cold and shriveling up. It's not what I needed at this time of the day.
Welcome,
But
baby. It's lunchtime.
yeah. But did you see that Will Never Stop's old clone got purchased? That shit was hot. Yellow jacket, like masked up, like headphones, like clone, angel clone. It's like that's the one that was wanted, and I only went for like 2.5 WETH. It's crazy. How
I
are these
love that
clones?
phone. That's such a good phone.
Yeah, it's such a good clone. It's got all the best traits in there, well, some of the best traits in there, and how does he just pick it up like that? There's a lot of whole controversy behind him as well, so curious to see if that follows him.
I forgot all about that stuff.
Yeah, yeah. I only learned about it when I was like, oh, this clone looks cool. I wonder who's picking it up for so cheap.
All right, guys, I'm gonna hop over to the space, support Demi, support the Alpha Vibe Squad. I'll probably answer any questions they got on the CIRL since I learned so much from you guys. That's the only reason I held the space, so y'all could teach me everything. And now I'm gonna go share the knowledge. So if y'all want to join me over there, it's at the top, and I'll see you in a little bit. Dre Millie, what you got for us?
I will see you guys over at Demi Space.
All right, later.